Alright, welcome back. Reduction formulas and core functions. Reduction formulas and core functions. Grade 11 trigonometry. Let's look at one more example on how to apply reduction formulas and core functions. I have a question here. Simplify the following expression. Sine 300 degrees, tan 210 times tan 65 over sine 135, cos 225 and cos 25. I want to simplify this expression without using a calculator. Now, this is a straightforward calculation that you can make sure you get full marks here. There should be no reason for getting it wrong. You start by looking for angles that are more than 90 degrees. If an angle is more than 90 degrees, so I'm looking at this 300, I'm looking at the 210, I'm looking at the 135, I'm looking at the 225. Those angles must be reduced. Reduce all angles to acute angles. So I know that 300 degrees, if you remember the cast diagram that we once discussed, this is 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and up to 360 degrees. So 300 is in quadrant 4. So it is equivalent to 360 degrees minus 60, because in the fourth quadrant, the value is 360 minus theta. 210 is in the third quadrant. So there I have to ask myself, what angle can be added to 80 to give me 210? So that would be 180 plus 30. Then 135 is between 90 and 180. So that would be 180 minus 45. And 225, the same applies, 180 plus 45. That is the reduction formulas. Every time I start by making sure that all angles are reduced. So the first one, the 300 degrees, is equal to the sine of 360 minus 60. And the second one, tan 210, is the same as the tan of 180 plus 30. And the next one is sine 65. That is an acute angle. There is nothing to do there. Then in our denominator, we have the sine of 135, which is the same as 180 minus 45 degrees. Then we have the cos of 225, that is times the cos of 180 plus 45. And the next one is the cos of 25 degrees. So just to let you know, this part where we write 180 plus 30, 360 minus that, this is not a requirement. But I'm just showing you where my reductions are going to be and how I'm applying them. You won't be credited for writing this in exam. You are credited for the acute angle that you get after that. So carrying on, 360 minus 60 is the same as the sine of 60, negative because in the fourth quadrant, sine is negative. Then tan 180 plus 30 is the same as tan 30. In the third quadrant, tan is positive, multiplied by the sine of 65 degrees. Then at the bottom part, the sine of 45 degrees, divide, then carrying on, cos of 180 plus 45 is times the negative cos of 45 degrees, and then multiplied by cos 25 degrees. Now I have got acute angles only in this expression. That is the most important thing. I must make sure that all my angles are acute angles. Then, if an instruction says these questions are done without a calculator, simplify the following without a calculator. Then expect reduction, expect cofunctions, and the angles that we get, they are definitely going to be special angles. So now I need to know the values of special angles here for me to be able to do my substitution and simplify. So carrying on, the sine of 60 is the same as the root 3 divided by 2 and multiplied by the tan of 30, and I can be able to carry on and do substitution for all of them. My space is limited here. I've got to write another question this side. But what is the most important part? I must be able to say all big angles must be reduced to acute angles. Then after reducing them to acute angles, the acute angles that come, they generally tell me what I need to do. So I have reduced all of them and I look one by one, one by one, one by one. I notice that they are special angles. There are two that are not special angles here that I may need us to have a look at. These two here, the sine of 65 and the cos of 25. Now, if you see sine A, I normally like putting it like this. If the sine of A divided by the cos of B is given, this is always equal to 1 if A plus B is equal to 90 degrees. This is cofunctions. However, you're not going to apply it in that way. I just want to let you know that if you take these two angles and notice that they have a total of 90 degrees all the time, then the answer to this question is definitely going to be equal to 1. This is cofunctions. There is no any moment in an exam situation when you are able to, when you are requested to calculate without using a calculator, and then you are given angles that cannot be worked out without a calculator.